What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Nights, Moreno versus Kavanagh. Predictions breakdown here, guys. Over there in Mexico City. Banger card, man. Majority of the Mexico cards are usually badasses, man. The guys them really go on there and really give it all they got. They go in there and put their health on the line, right? Yeah, 13 fights, guys. Not in Apex. Wonderful. Like I said, it's in Mexico City, so we're dealing with a bigger cage. Kavanagh, short notice for him. Jumping in there. Hats off to the dude. I'm actually impressed with Luna. I think he's a pretty good fighter, man. He's a very, very skilled guy, man. But against Moreno, I don't know, man. But we're going to get to that, though. We're going to start at the bottom here. Working to the bottom, all the way to the top. Let's get it. Like I said, it's supposed to be a shoe. Was to fight Brandon. And Ernesto was supposed to fight Sofia. There's going to be this newcomer who's in Mexico called Regina. So again, a lot of Mexican fighters are going to be on this card, guys. So keep that in mind. Could be some robberies, right? So yeah, if it goes to decision, you know, it is what it is. But let's see what happened though, right? Flat through this real quick here, guys. Accurately, I'm a little bit more not too late. But you know, I'm trying to get this out a little bit earlier. You know, I'm not so busy this week, you know, but it is what it is, right? As long as I can get it out to you before the fight starts or the, you know, the game, the competition starts, it's a good thing, right? I do my best, do the best I can, all right? First fight, we got Wes Schultz versus Damian Pinas. I think that's how you pronounce that, but, you know, it is what it is, all right? Wes here, Wes has a wrestling base on him. Kind of remind me of Eddie Theodorov, if you guys remember that guy. Actually passed away. His energy transferred. So, hats off to the dude. But he remind me of him. He fights like him. It's like splitting resemblance, dude. It's like pretty much identical, right? I mean, very identical, dude. It's like very unorthodox striking with throw spinning back fist before his head comes around. Sloppy, some sloppy techniques, but the fact that he's so unorthodox, he can catch you with punches and kicks because there is no setup. And it's hard to read. When you're unorthodox, you're hard to read. It's not like 1-2 leg kick or boxing combinations. It's like, it's a mixture of like a karate kind of style, but then at the same time, it's like not put together properly, but it's still effective, right? Like I said, he will make it work for him. He will look for the submissions. Like I said, it's very similar to Theodore. Will also gas out too. That's one of the you know, one of the things I see is that he gets tired, and when he gets tired, he gets more sloppier. He start throwing spinning techniques, but its spinning techniques are, it's not put together properly, so he's off balance, right? Again, Mexico card. Remind you guys, is high altitude. Keep that in mind. So if you're a fighter or martial artist that's going to be gassing out, you're usually known to be gassed out. Most likely you will gas out in Mexico against a Mexican fighter. So keep that in mind. So cardio is a big issue on this card, right? His opponent, Pinas has actually a good gas tank, man. I mean, this guy here is kind of green still, you know, mostly boxing, believe blue belt jiu-jitsu, but he's raw though, man. Pack power. He has literally raw power. One hitter quitter. 100% finishing rate. Let me see here. What I got here. I'm just reading from my notes here, guys. Okay, can get taken down. He oh yeah, his one loss was because of a legal knee. But this guy is explosive, so you pretty much need the guy, and then, you know, the guy won because of the legal knee, right? You probably need him on the ground. His takedown defense, though, kind of suspect, man. But I noticed though he would get taken down, but then he works off his back though. So he looks for sweeps. He looks for the Kimura sweeps. He looks to transition into try to go for the knee. He's like all over the place, but he doesn't really just lay on his back. He works and try to advance his position, right? He, like I said, he will also look for submission. I believe he has won by submission though, which I believe was a Dosh choke. But it looks like sometimes with the ground he power through things because he's just so athletic and explosive, dude. He powers through it, bro. You can tell that he's popping the hips up and like reversing the move, but you can tell that he's using a lot of strength, a lot of power because he's a powerful guy, right? This one I'm not confident in because his opponent here, West, is coming off the Contender Series, and he's also Penis is also coming off the Contender Series as well. This card here has a lot of guys coming from off the Contender Series, man, making a debut. So this card here, like I said, you got to be very, very careful. Any card, you got to be careful. But this particular card, a lot of guys are coming off the Contender Series, and I will let you know. We got Wes Schultz coming off the Contender, and Damian Pinas coming off the Contender. So it is what it is. I'm going to go with Pinas. You know, for the fact that I think Pinas is a little more cleaner, pack power. His ground needs work, but you know, he power through things, which is not good. But he's still training it, but he just doesn't just lay there like a fish out of water, right? West is a slightly more experienced, but West is just hittable. Chin is high, sloppy technique. His takedowns are not that great. He gasses out in the later round. So I'm gonna go with Penis. I'm gonna say Penis by KO TKO in the second round, 50-50 though, because West will look for submissions. And if West gets Penis, I don't know, rear naked choke, whatever he can get him with, he possibly could finish him. So keep that in mind. So this fight here, West could win, guys. Because like I said, Penis is kind of green, man. But he has the ability. He has the skills, man. He has potential, dude. All right? So Penis by KO TKO second. Next fight, we got Eric Silva versus Francis Marshall. Also two guys. A lot of these guys hasn't fought in like 2 years. Eric Silva is one of them. And a couple other guys. So keep that in mind. Eric Silva coming off a knee injury. I believe it was ACL or meniscus. It was one of the two. But he hasn't fought since 2022 in February. 2024 in February, guys, okay? With Silva here, he has striking. I think it's a karate background, but he pushes the ground a lot. You can see here a lot of rear naked chokes. He looks for submissions on you, right? But he's hittable at times. We spend a lot of times on his back, just looking for submissions. Crafty guy, but against Francis Marshall, dude. I mean, Francis Marshall, they freaking robbed him. Like, this probably was one of the biggest robbers, I would probably say, in 2025 against Moreno Santos. I mean, close to the end of the fight, they had Marshall as a negative 600, guys. Marshall was a negative 600, bro. Coming from an underdog, coming from like a plus 240 or something like that, to a negative 600, dude. And he lost. Santos won by split decision. He knocked down Santos, touched up Santos in second. I would say that Marshall won every single round, dude. They freaking robbed him. Like I told you, they have guys that they love, that they want to highlight and build them up. Kind of like Anderson Silva. Not taking anything away from Santos. He came back and looked good against against Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? He looked good against Yusuf. You know what I mean? So he come back and look good. But they have certain guys that they want to build. And, you know, just for promotional reasons, just for sales, just for poster boy, whatever you want to call it. I don't think Marshall is one of them. But, because if it was, you know, Marshall would have won. So they will play with the judging system, though, like they always do. They will rob it based on who they favor and who they want to win. If it's and even nowadays, man, even if the fight is not even close, they're still freaking rob it. Because this was like freaking one-sided, dude. Marshall won all rounds. And Santos got split decision. Wow. So let me get back to the story, man. Let me get back to the matchup here. Marshall here, like I said, Marshall to me is a crafty wrestler. He's a better wrestler. He's well-rounded. Like I said, he beat Moreno, dude. And coming to the ATT, American Top Team, Coconut Creek, which is a good gym. I would say one of the best for like game planning for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Just all around game planning. They will set the fighter up, or make the fighter like strengths, to defeat the other guy based on like the guy weakness, right? I would go Marshall by submission in the 3rd round, guys. I like Marshall in this one. Silva hasn't been in there in a while, and coming off the injury, and Silva just didn't look good overall. TJ Brown lost to Muhammad. One of the contender series, but way back in 2022, he just hasn't been looking good. So it doesn't impress me much. Like I said, no disrespect. You're just talking about the game, right? But Marshall by submission 3rd round. Like I said, guys, without breaking on these cards, not disrespecting any of these guys because it's difficult to go in there and fight, especially when you have injury like Eric Silva. So hats off to the guy. He could get a submission. He could win. He's crafty on the ground, but I really just don't see it. I see Marshall by submission 3rd round. Next fight, we got Ernesto Kevrakachkite versus Regina Tarin. I know I mispronounced that. Ernesto here, kickboxing base, background experience. Will push a high pace actually, but as well slow down in the later rounds, like in the 2nd, 3rd, to start to slow down. So she'll push a heavy pace 1st round into the 2nd, and the end of the 2nd, kind of tired, 3rd, slow down a lot. But she's grinding, she's crafty, and she actually beat Carly Judas, but I don't think so though. I felt Carly Judas won that fight, but again, give it in the hands of the judges. Some judges, it could get paid off. It could get the script and who they want to win or who should win. Could be also based off how many predictions came in on a particular, site, whatever. You know how the game go already. These things are, put it this way, man. Question everything. Question everything. Even question your own existence and what you're doing here, and what we're really doing here, and what we should be doing, right? Question that, and question also what you're living on. Question everything. So of course, a lot of these fights are, of course, they're rigged. Come on, man. You just have to read through it, though. You have to be able to decipher through that and see, who are they going to rob, or what the corporation wants. Corporations, all right? Regina, Mexican fighter. What I see from her, man, she kind of looks green. She's a short notice, but I watch a couple fights more and more, and she has potential, man. Very tough woman, crafty. Has a lot of stamina. Has a lot of endurance. Like I said, Mexico, high altitude. Supposed to fight Muay Thai though in 16 to 26, sorry, but to cancel it, so she was in training. Lots of forward pressure, aggressive, high pace, but also mix it up too. She even looks to take you down, tie up, put you against the cage. She look take you down, sweep, trips. Ernesto can get taken down. I'm liking what I see from Regina, man. I feel that she has a lot of potential, dude. And the fact that Ernesto gasses out, high altitude, this chick here, Kill Bill, from Mexico, from that part, look for takedowns, crafty, her striking doesn't look bad. Aggressive, will let the hands go. And it's not like, her punches don't have any power in it. She throws with good aggression, kind of like Amanda Nunes kind of power. Oh, sorry, take that back. Not like Amanda Nunes power, but, some women don't really let the hands go. But she lets it go kind of like Amanda Nunes style, like she hit, right? I'll go with Regina here. I say Regina by decision, guys. Could be one of them, could be even a robber too, kind of, a split decision for Regina. So I'll go Regina by split. Next fight here, guys. We have D Silva DeAndre versus Javar Reyes. Silva here, man, super veteran dude, man. Well-rounded, durable. Will look to knock you out. 20 by knockout. So this guy comes to finish you, bro. Always in good shape. Veteran. Against Reyes, though. Reyes seems well-rounded. But when you watch his fights, bro, just nothing really stands out. You know, he's hittable. Chin is high up. Hands are down. Walk straight back in the line. Sloppy takedowns. Poor defense. I mean, no disrespect. I'm just explaining what I see from him. Nothing really stands out. I mean, I guess he has a power punch. But against a guy like De Silva, who's a super veteran, who's like super experienced, that's been there and done it, and Pat power, 20 by knockout, and is technical. I believe De Silva is more technical fighter. Better movement. I said Silva is just all around a better fighter, dude. Everywhere this fight goes, Silva should be okay. And look at his resume. Lauren Murphy, Brendan Borralho, way back, he beat him. Peter Yan, he fought too. Marlon Vera, he beat. Rob, come on, man. Come on, man. Miles John. Saeed Nurmagomedov. Come on, man. I mean, what I see from Reese is just there's nothing there. This fight is all the way for Silva, dude. The only way Silva loses is if he catches him with a punch. A puncher's chance. It's the only way Silva loses if there's a puncher's chance, dude. And I believe Reyes has a puncher's chance. But Silva is durable. I believe Silva only been knocked out one time. I believe. I could be wrong about that. But it's just Silva's resume and his experience compared to Reyes. And it's not just that. It's just the fundamentals. It's like Silva all around fundamentals is just beyond levels, dude. It's not a skill. It just doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? But again, you throw the hands and they connect to the jaw. Your jaw not meant to get hit. And also, you say, but Douglas Silva is up in his 40. Age a number though. But damn, but still though, man, it's just, age a number, but at the same time, technicality, man. If a guy just swinging punches with his chin up in the air, and you have this experience, and you still can move your hands and your legs and move around and pick your shots, it's kind of like the last fight there, the Russian guy there, the king of kung fu. Yeah, he's 42, but he's still putting out people that are way younger than him. I say age is a number, but he still has his mental state, and his physical is still there, because the mental triggers the physical. So he still can move and put the shots out there, and still technical. You know what I'm saying? The only way that Silva loses is if he's just completely washed. And I don't think so. Because from his last fight against Marjan, he still looked good against Marjan. Every fight he looks good. I'm going to go with Silva. I say Silva by KO TQ in the second round, guys. I see nothing in Reyes. No disrespect. I'm just speaking it the way I see him, man. Alright? Silva KO TQ second. Next fighter, Cristian Quiñonez versus Chris Motiono. Motiono. I guess you pronounce that. Motiono, right? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. So Cristian here, guys. Cristian is well-rounded guy. Just haven't looked good in his last two fights against Kong here. And against Ronnie Barcelos, which those guys are pretty tough. But again, he hasn't been active, hasn't fought since 2024. This guy is out of Mexico too, but he is skilled though. I mean, don't get it twisted. He will look to submit you and also look to put you out with punches. His technique is not bad. Compared to Chris, a guy like Cristian is, I would say fundamentally is better everywhere. Chris, on the other hand, Chris is a bruiser. But he has been looking better and he has improved. I'm not going to take that away from him. The guy has improved, man. What I see from him against Malcolm, he didn't look too bad, You can see that he sharpened up his boxing. Still hateable because he got knocked out in the first round, but he has improved, man, but he's still a punching bag, dude. And I feel Cristian over there in Mexico, I feel Cristian should be able to win this fight. I feel he's a more technical guy. But again, a guy like Chris is still durable, even though he's been knocked out a couple of times, but believe like 5 times or something like that, which is a lot. But Chris will walk towards you and then brawl and just throw. He's one of those bangers, brawlers, dude. That's gonna bite down and come at you and throw. And like I said, there's always a puncher's chance. You may say, but you know the guy get knocked out 5 times is like a bruiser, like punching bag. But yeah, but when you have a guy like that who's just gonna bite down and just doesn't care and just comes in there and let his hands go and try to take your head off, it could be a puncher's chance. So a guy like Cristian has to be still careful. You can't take him lightly because Chris could win, right? Chris could win. It's there because a guy that's gonna walk you down and he has conditioning. He will be there. He'd be there until the end, man, unless you put him out. So this is a guy that will be there until the end, brah. That's why he's been knocked out 5 times and submitted 2. So he will be there until the end, unless you finish him. I go Cristian. I know it's Chris and Cristian. I go Cristian Quiñonez by KO TQ in the 2nd round, guys. All right, but I'd be a weirdo because Chris, on the other hand, but he will bite down. Chris Mucciano, I think that's how you pronounce that. So I say Cristian Quiñonez by KO TQ 2nd round, guys. All right. Next fight here, guys. We got Macy Chiasson versus Ailín Pérez. I think I pronounced it right for the first time. Chiasson. Macy, she's well-rounded. But man, she started out good in the beginning of her career, but just kind of went downhill. It's just, I don't know. This happens, you know. You're just not putting it together properly. Becoming more hittable. That's pretty much it. Getting taken down. Just hasn't been looking good. That's just pretty much it. There's nothing else to say. Ailín Pérez, she will mix it up. Look for takedowns and twerk in your face. Man, she does name her name, you know, her nickname Twerk. I don't know why. It doesn't make no sense to call herself Fiona. She just named herself Twerk, dude. Ain't it? That actually makes more sense. Yeah, she will mix it up. Look for takedowns, look for submissions. Striking is not bad. She just set up her takedowns. But she's in there, though, man. She's crafty, right? She looked for the win, man. And she looks actually having fun in there, right? But Macy, on the hand, Macy, I don't know. She just looks like mentally she's not in there. And that seems to be the problem. And if she's mentally not there, then she physically ain't going to be there. I got to go with Ailín here, guys. I say Ailín by decision. All right? Again, woman fight, so that could be risky. So play at your own risk, like always. So I say I'm not confident in that one. Because you never know. Macy could come in here and just keep distance and touch up Ailín. You never know, man. Pull off a decision. Possibly a split. Especially a woman fight. Happens all the time. But I say Ailín by decision. I'm not confident. Next fight here, we got Jose Medina versus Ryan Gandra. Jose's still there, bro. Damn. They must really love Jose, man. Like I said, I'm not here to put on nobody or disrespect any of these guys, but it is what it is. This guy came off the contender. This guy lost the contender series. Still got on the UFC. Lost 3 fights and is still there. Man. I mean, he's durable still, like if you want to say, you know, but it takes a lot of damage. You know, poor fundamentals. I mean, overall, to be honest with you, he doesn't belong in the UFC. He's not at that level. Just to be honest. Like I said, I'm not taking anything away from this guy, anything away. Maybe one day he could be, but at this moment, no. Right? Just being honest. I was trying to keep it to the point, man. Just, you know, just keep it to the point, short and sweet, you know. Ryan, on the other hand, come to contender series. Like I said, a lot of these guys come to the contender series. He looks loose, very quick hands, very quick hands. Like he throws in combinations, bro. throws with fury, man. This combination like a freaking barrage of punches. Like it's very, very explosive. It's a lot of speed, power. Let me see here. Rapid fire punches. Let me see. Trying to see what my notes here, guys. Sometimes let me see here. Yeah. So this guy here is just throws accumulation of punches, very aggressive, a lot of speed on him. He's fast. His boxing is not bad. I believe he has a boxing background as well, in amateur. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, Jose doesn't belong in there. I go Ryan. I just feel Ryan fundamentally is better. It's more fundamentally sound, dude. You know. So that's pretty much it. I say Ryan by KOTK in the second round, guys. That's it, man. Next fight here, we got Santiago Luna versus Angel Pacquiao. Pacquiao? Okay. Luna here, so that's next Mexican guy here. Luna will look to wrestle. Striking can be up and down at times, but he's still pack power, still quick with the hands. You know, we still let his hand go, can get wild, but can get flash knockdowns though. So this is a guy that you can touch him and he falls over. But he will make adjustments and come back and win. 100% finishing rate. But he looks to grind with his wrestling. I think his wrestling is more a strong point. But he likes to throw the hands though. A lot of these guys on this card are young too, guys. Age and number, but he's like 21. A lot of the guys and the girls on here are young. You know, that's making it, you know, I don't think he's making, you know, he fought Kwang Lee. Yeah. But a lot of these guys are kind of young, but, you know, there's still a skill. So Luna here, depending on who he's fighting, you gotta be careful because you can catch him and he gets flash knockdowns, he gets hurts. Seems to get hurt pretty easy too. So I'll be careful with this one. Against Angel, Angel will bring the fight. You know, he will work the body. Let me see here. He plants a lot though. He sits down on his punches. Get flat-footed. He's one of the New England cartels. So a lot of the New England cartels guys that sit down on the punches, bro. Not much footwork. Sit down on the punches, bro. So that's how these guys fight. You know. Like I said, no disrespect. Like Calvin Kattar, Rob Font. You know, they sit down. Chris is on there too. These guys sit down on the punches, kind of flat-footed, just work the body, boxing kind of style. Against Luna. Luna gonna move around, pick his shots, but Luna can get tagged and knocked down. So if Luna sits in the pocket and go boxing with this dude Angel possibly could take him out, dude. So the best thing for Luna to do is look for takedowns. Fight like this with Angel planting his foot, the takedowns are there all day for Luna, man. So it all depends on what Luna want to do. So I go Luna by submission in the second round, guys. I'm not confident because of the fact that what I see from Luna, he gets clipped a lot, get knocked down, can get hurt, and a guy like Angel that will throw the hands, box, you just never know, man. But Luna by submission, second round. Next fighter, Imanol Rodríguez versus Kevin Borjas. Imanol here is the next aggressive dude. Will let his hands go. Look for the wrestling, that's his stem. I believe he trains with DC. This guy's pretty good, man. He's pretty a decent prospect. Lost to Morales though, but you know, Joseph Morales is a veteran. You understand what I'm saying? This guy beat, if you remember, Albi Duras, remember, on Triangle Choke? And that guy, this guy here was a prospect. You know, he was supposed to be like undefeated, you know. And Joseph, but Joseph been in the UFC from way back. You guys remember that, right? A lot of people don't remember that. So this guy here been way back. They were fighting Eric Shelton and Davidson Figueiredo way back in 2018. Beat Roberto Sanchez. So he was way back in 2017, guys. You guys remember that? So this guy here, he came back. And you know, so it's a guy that not gonna be easy to beat. Just anybody going there and prospects gonna go beat him. You know, so I'm saying this guy has veteran in him, right? Veteran experience goes a long way, guys. Kevin though, Kevin Borjas here, he brings the fight. He would strike. He has more of a kickboxing kind of strike, light in his foot, technical, but slow downs, man, and low volume. And what I see from him from Summer-Durjan, he just didn't look good against Summer-Durjan at all, man. He didn't do nothing, like low volume. Against Rodriguez, he looked good in there. You know what I mean? So it looks like when the guy, I don't know, man. It looks like when the guy is a little aggressive or over-aggressive, Kevin tends not to let his hand go because he doesn't want to get caught. In this case, a guy like Rodriguez is going to be letting his hands go, coming forward. Like Rodriguez is not going to back up. He's going to come forward, dude. Kevin wants a counter because that's his kind of style. But Kevin is nice with it. But it's like a mental thing. Like he holds back and just doesn't let it go and low volume. I got to go with Imanol here. I say Imanol Rodriguez, guys, by decision. Kevin is durable because he's striking. His striking is not bad. He knows how to defend and not get hit. So Imanol by decision. Next fight here, Édgar Cháirez versus Philippe Bones. Édgar is a pretty bad dude, man. Rangy, durable, well-rounded. We'll look for the submissions, definitely, as well as striking. I believe he's a more crisp, sharper striker than Bones. But Bones loves the ground. But Édgar also loves the ground too. Bones striking is not at the level of Édgar striking. I feel Édgar is more technical, more precise and accurate. Bones will throw punches and here and there, but he get caught, get knocked down. Bones can get taken down, but he's crafty on the ground and he will look for submissions as well. So Bones is good on the ground. That's his thing, man. But I just feel Édgar is more of a rounded guy. So I'm going to go with Édgar. I'm going to say Édgar by KO TQ in the second round, guys. But be careful because Bones is crafty. All right? I say a lot of these guys haven't fought. I don't think Bones fought in a while, man. My bad. He actually did. He fought in 2025. My bad there, guys. He fought Rafael Estevam. Estevam just destroyed him, bro. Took him down, touch him up. Like I said, you know, Bones is like, he's decent, kind of, in a way, but he's just striking. His defense is not that good. He can't keep the pace with the striking. And when it comes to the ground, he can hold his own, but you can get him down and get dominant position on him. I'm saying, and a guy like Édgar that has submissions, you don't want that. You don't want a guy like Édgar taking you down and holding dominant position because he's going to submit you. You know what I mean? So Édgar by KO TKO second round, guys. Next fight here, Daniel Zellhuber versus King Green, Bobby Green. Daniel, skill kid, man, well-rounded. 2-fight losing streak against Esteban Rivovics. That was a close fight, could go either way. Against Michael Johnson, I saw that coming. I had Michael Johnson winning that fight. And for the specific reasons is that, you know, certain fights Michael Johnson will win. And I feel Daniel still needs some work, man. Striking is decent. He's well-rounded, but he still needs some work, dude. And against a guy like Johnson, Johnson's going to touch him up. Johnson's going to bully him. And that's what happened. Johnson bullied him. Right? Daniel rely a lot on his kicks more. His boxing is not on the level of Michael Johnson. So I already knew this already. Is Bobby Green in that same boat? Bobby Green got good hands, got good movement. But I feel like Daniel learned from his last fight and everything is experience. And the thing about Bobby Green is that, yeah, Michael Johnson is not as durable either. You know, but Bobby Green is worse. He's more not durable. he is how can I say it? He's more. I feel Johnson still got some juice in him, but I feel Bobby Green is on a decline. I'm just gonna say that he's on a decline, dude. And Johnson can still take some hits, but I don't think Green can. I think Green can get hurt easier, right? He's less durable. Did I say that right? Actually, not less durable. He is compare Green to Johnson on the durability. Both guys been knocked out, man. Been knocked out nasty, dude. Especially Johnson. But I just feel Johnson, Okay, I'm gonna say it like this, in a more easier way, a more simpler way. I feel Johnson is still improving. Bam. Easy way to say it. Johnson is still improving. Johnson still improves. All right. I am gonna say that Johnson's still improving. So meaning that he will get knocked down, get knocked out, but he comes back and he just looks fast, he looks quick, he looks sharp, his head is moving off center line, he's not taking too much damage. And you can see the guy's on a 3-fight winning streak. Alright? Including beating Daniel, who's a prospect, who everybody have Daniel winning. But I didn't have Daniel winning because I saw it coming. Right? He's on a 3-fight winning streak, dude. He got knocked out by Diego Ferreira, like I said, he can get caught and knocked out, but he always comes back and he looks better than what he looked from his last fight. I'm just trying to break it down with you guys, in a way that you understand. I'm not going to try to make it too complicated. He's fighting Drew Dober, right? What I see from Bobby Green, though, Bobby Green is not improving. And you can tell by his record. It doesn't take much. He beat Grant Dawson, beat Tony Ferguson, lost to Jalen Turner. Then he went against Miller. Then he lost to Paddy. Then he lost to Rufi, and he went to a split decision with Lance. Not taking anything away from Lance Gibson, but he went to a split decision with Lance, which Lance is fighting Chase Hooper. I mean, So, me personally, I like Daniel, because Daniel has room to grow, to improve. Bobby Green is not improving. Johnson has room to improve still because he shows it. And he shows it with his skills, his movement, his boxing, and his defense. Bobby Green is not really... Bobby Green moves still and strike, but he's showing that he can still get hurt, he can get knocked out, he's kind of slowing down. He's just doing things where it's like it's a declining thing. And it's not looking good in every fight. Bobby Green shows that he can go 3-fight winning streak. This is like a no-brainer. It also depends on the caliber of fighter that you're fighting. So I like Daniel. I say Daniel by KO TKO in the second round, guys. I feel like I explained that well. Just try not to make it too complicated, man. I like to keep things simple. Because it is simple, really. It's not that difficult. If you really analyze it, break it down, it's actually simple. This goes for everything in life. It's actually simple. There's nothing that should be difficult, dude. If it's difficult because you make it difficult, right? Next fighter, we got Marlon Vera. Damn, we're on the co-main event already. Damn, that's fast. Marlon Vera versus David Martinez. Damn, that's fast. This fight here, I keep it simple too, man. Vera is well-rounded, skill guy, right? Cheeto. Tough dude. But the matchup. This is where I tell you that it all depends on the matchup too. Vera gets very flat-footed. Doesn't move his feet. More Thai style, elbow, knees, but devastating. We'll also look for the submission. He's easily hit at times and countered. So it's that next guy here that's on a 3-fight losing streak. What I see from Vera, he just keep doing the same thing. He's not improving. He's not changing up anything in his techniques. Just keep doing the same thing. He keeping the same way he fight from way back. Sometimes you gotta make adjustment. You gotta make a change, man. If you wanna see different, it could be. This is just for life lesson too. If you want to see different in your life, there are certain things you gotta let go and add. Right? You gotta change up certain ways how you train and people you train with or your trainers. You gotta change up everything. You gotta change the way you eat. You gotta change the surroundings. Everything you gotta change if you want to see difference. And then when you try to do that, or when you do that, then you see different. But if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you're not changing nothing, then you're gonna get the same result, dude. It's pretty common sense. Keeping it simple for you guys again. David Martinez is a skilled dude. This guy is very, very skilled. An orthodox striking, I believe, karate background, good movement, counter striking. I love how this guy moves, man. A good fight against Rob Font. A lot of people thought Rob Font would have beat him. But again, what I said, it's the movement, it's the footwork. Remember, your foot gets you in and out of danger. Your foot is your defense and your offense. right? So if Rob Font is if Rob Font is planting his foot and just swinging, and you have a guy like David Martinez that is bouncing in and out, defense, offense, Rob Font is swinging, step out, punch is not gonna hit. Step back in, boom, jump back out. Step back in, boom, jump back out. Or a lateral movement. So while Rob Font is swinging, punching, Rob Font is going straight, while Martinez is circling him and touch him up, spinning a heel kick, spinning back kick. He counter him off he's countering him off of his boxing techniques that he's throwing, but he's planting his foot. So the fact that he's planting his foot, his distance and the range is off, while Martinez is in and out, just touching him up. It's going to be the same to him, same thing with Marlon Vera, but probably worse. At least Rob Font shows that he can still win fights. You know what I'm saying? Gene Matsumoto, Kyler Phillips, it still shows that he can put the hands on you. But what I see from David Martinez, he's consistent, bro. He's consistent with his movement, and his ground game is not bad. And the fact that he moves like that is hard to take him down. So his ground defense is not bad because he's not standing there in front of you to get hit. He's not going to stand there in front of you and phone boot and square up with elbows and knees. It just doesn't make any sense. That's not the way he fights. If that's the case, then okay, maybe Marlon will have a chance, but Marlon's going to wind up. And when he winding up, David going to see everything he's doing and counter him just off of his predictability. He's just going to be predictable, right? You have to be unpredictable, man, and David is that. So I like David. I said David by decision, dude. Marlon Vera is a tough dude, and hats off to Marlon Vera, as he's veteran, but I like David all the way on this. David is Mexican too, right? Sure enough. Yep. And he has the heart. He has a mental in the heart, dude. You can't teach heart. You can't teach mental either, dude. So it's either you got it or you don't got it. And he has that. So you will be in there and you touch him, because sometimes he can get caught, but you can tell that he bounced back. And he he will make adjustments on certain things that he needs to make adjustment on. I like Martinez, dude. This guy's a pretty good fighter, man. He's all around very, very good fighter, dude. Remind me of like a Machado, but a prime Machado. Prime Machado, bro. You remind me of a prime Machado. But I would say he's better than Machado with some techniques as far as the kicking. His kicks are freaking amazing, dude. He has better kicks than what Machado had. His kicks are non-telegraphed, bro. Like the Mwashi Garry's, the spinning kick is quick. That's the way how he sets it up. He's like freaking amazing, bro. So yeah, David Martinez by decision. Main fight: Brandon Moreno versus Luna Kavanagh. See, thing about this fight here, Luna's taking a short notice, and against Moreno, man. Moreno's a guy that's a super freaking veteran, man. Lost to Tashu Taharo, but Taharo shows that this guy is skill. This championship level dude. Beat Steve Urchik, Amir Alibazi, Alexander Pantoja. All these guys are he beat back and forward, fight 4 times, 5 times. But the guy, in Moreno, who's Mexican too, and he's big over there. He's a superstar in Mexico, dude. He's like he's the main attraction. People coming here to watch Brandon Moreno. He's from, what I'm saying. This is where he's from. His hometown. And his fights over there, and the card is his card, building up. What I'm saying. So Loner is short notice coming on here to see if he can get a win. You just never know. I like Loner, a skilled guy too. Like I said. Like a David Martinez, but his feet, David Martinez has more mental. I feel like Loner, what he did against Charles Johnson, shows that he got holes, man. And he got holes, especially when he gets tired or is pressured. He tends to let his guard down. Like when he's tired, he slows down. He's just like he's mentally broke. And when you're mentally broke like that, that's when these veteran guys are gonna tear you up. And that's what Johnson did. Johnson saw that he was mentally breaking in that fight. You know what I mean? What you think, a guy like Moreno is going to do? Moreno been in championship battles, dude. Like 5-round battles, man. Like, dude, been in 5-round, like, freaking. And that also could be a problem, too, because then has Moreno taken a lot of damage in those fights? Yes, he has, and some of it he hasn't, because he's fighting a little more smarter, as you can see, implementing more footwork movement. And a guy like Lona is sharp with the striking. He can't kind of spinning back kick. He's fast with the techniques. He's sharp. You know what I'm saying? I can say he has a David Martinez kind of skill set. So in and out, quick. So yeah, just take one shot, dude. So Lona definitely has a chance. I'm not counting the kid out. Lona has a chance to beat Moreno because he has the techniques. But he has to do it fast, though. He has to get him out of there in the first or second round. But this fight can't drag on like what he did when he fought Johnson. It can't drag. Because the longer the fight drags on, then you start going to championship rounds, then which Lona don't really have that. This experience. We're talking about a guy like Moreno, you know, who's seasoned, man, in his hometown too. You know what I'm saying? Who will put the pressure on you. You know what I'm saying? Who will make you quit. Especially Lona, he will make Lona quit, dude. Believe me, I tell you that, because he's seen it, been there, dude. So Lona, I'm gonna be fair. Lona has a chance because he has the tools. He has the tools. He just has a time frame where he needs to implement those techniques. And the longer the fight drag on, it's not going to benefit him no more. Because now you're going to championship rounds, where Brandon is going to shine, and Lona going to slow down. And look how he looked against Johnson. And how long was that Johnson fight was? It was recently, right? It was in 2025 of August. So he has a little time to prepare, but I see holes, and the holes in Lona is because of experience. It just hasn't. When he fought Johnson, Charles Johnson is probably one of the guys that really put in on him, obviously because he finished him. So he never fought nobody of that caliber yet. Never faced nobody of that caliber. He was a 9-0. He never faced that. And when you face that, it's like, holy shit. It's like, man, I thought I was a badass. Yeah, you're pretty good, but it's just experience. If you haven't been in deep water and able to can swim out of it, it's like you're in deep water and then you swim out of it because you're about to drown, but you find a way to get out of it and swim and then come back. And then they say, oh, I'm in the deep water again, but I'm fine because I'm used to it now because I've gained experience. But he just gained the experience from Johnson now because he got finished. But against Moreno, though, it's like a higher caliber now. In Brandon, it's like a higher caliber now. Now you're dealing with a guy that's like championship rounds. You're dealing with a guy that fought, the best of the best that's in there in that division, and beat them and lose to them. And Lona doesn't have that. Lona doesn't have that experience, bro. He doesn't have that experience, B. Again, anything is possible in this game, and he has a chance. I'm not taking anything away because I think he has potential. He still has potential. It's just that I still see I see holes, man. There is holes, dude, and it's all in his mental. It's all in his ability to not break under that pressure. Because you will break, you get tired, you drop your hand, you drop your hand thinking that the guy's not gonna follow up. It's like, oh, the John, but the Johnson's like, oh shit, you just giving this to me. You're gonna punch at me and drop your hands and expect me not to come back with a straight right? Nah, man, and that's exactly what happened. You can't sleep with these veterans. Johnson is also a veteran. You can't sleep. These guys are in there to freaking take your head off, dude. These guys are in there to hurt you. Pretty much, take your consciousness from you, dude. That's pretty much it. It's life and death, man. As I said, this thing here is all about taking your health from you, dude. And I'm talking about the veteran guys, the crafty guys that will find a way to beat the hell out of you. And especially a new upcomer prospect guy against a guy like Brandon in Mexico. Again, Luna could catch him with a spinning back kick. Luna could catch him with a combination from off the hands with a kick. Like I said, the kid has skills. But we'll see what happens. But I'm going to go Brandon Moreno. I'm going to say Brandon Moreno by submission, guys, in the third round. All right. Quick look at the odds here, guys. See what we're working with. See what we're working with. See what we're working with, baby. Let's get it. All right. Let's see these odds. Damian Pinas 290. Honestly, guys, this fight here against West and Pinas, even fight, because West is not. When I mean that he's not bad, meaning that he has a lot of holes. His foundation is not strong. But Damian is still kind of green. But West will get the fight to the ground in a way and look for submissions. And what I see from Damian on the ground is just his ground game is not that solid, bro. You know what I'm saying? So Damian at 290 coming from Contender Series, both guys. Hell no. This fight is even, man. Don't play. Believe me, be careful. Eric Silva and Francis Marshall. Francis Marshall at 750. No, that's different. No, yeah. Eric Silva, blow knee, haven't fought in 2 years. A guy like Francis Marshall, seasoned guy. You know, he beat Santos, ATT. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Douglas Silva, Javar Reyes. They got Douglas Silva underdog? You guys are nuts. I like Douglas Silva. That's just that, man. Reyes at 250, 240 is bananas, dude. I don't know how they see. I don't know how they come up with that or what they see in Reyes. Maybe they see something I don't see. Definitely, but he did it. Negative 250. And Douglas is an underdog. Nah, man. But it is what it is. I like Douglas though. It is what it is. Again, Reyes has a puncher's chance. But puncher's chance meaning that the fight should be even, if that's the case. But it is what it is, though. QNS 650, 700 against Chris. QNS will drop the ball, though. Fundamentally, he's more fundamental sound than Chris. Like I said, Chris like a punching bag. Christian 650 and something, be careful. Because Chris fought the guys in the UFC, fought some guys. I believe he fought O'Malley. But you can tell that he's like, you know, he has that like that tough man mentality. Will just come forward and just throw the hands. And if you touch him up, he will still come and still throw the punches. So if Christian is unable to knock him out, it could be problems for Christian. Because Christian is unable to take him out. And when he can't knock a guy out like Chris, he's going to keep coming forward and just throw punches at you. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. And Christian will get tired. But again, it's in Mexico, so it should favor Christian. Like I said, the altitude should be different. It is different. Be careful with this one. Odds are way too high, Christian. Ailín Pérez and Macy Chiasson. I made this fight even. There's some feeling inside of me that I feel like Macy could have an edge here somewhere. I don't know, but I'll be careful. Jose Medina and Ryan Gandra. Gandra at 700 and something. Yeah, man. I mean, I Contender Series guy again. Be careful, but I don't feel that Jose Medina belongs in there, dude. I'm just being honest, man. It is what it is, bro. When I see from Ryan, his hands don't look bad. The movement doesn't look bad. Pack power, speed. Is somebody quicker fighter in here? I don't disagree. Ernesto versus Sofia. It's not Sofia anymore, is it? No. I don't. The odds ain't up on that one yet. Angel and Santiago. Damn, the odds on this card are freaking high, bro. Why the odds are so high, man? What the hell? I mean, dude, a lot of these guys are not tested like that. And a lot of them show weaknesses all over, bro. Why the odds are like freaking 650, 720? Come on, man. 720, Ryan coming from Contender Series. Yeah, hands look good. But freaking odds shouldn't be like that. What the hell are these guys doing, man? These odds are off, guys. I'll be careful. Luna 620 over Angel. Angel has a chance, bro. Because he packed power, and like I say, Luna can get caught and get enough flash knockdowns, and Luna will let the hands go to the body. He would dig the body and let the hands go, and it's durable. Tough dude, man. That is there. You know, he's one of the cartel youth them. Even though, you know, a lot of those guys don't really win, you know, but you gotta say Rob Font, you know, is the ones that really looking, you know, and yeah, but again, oh man, yeah. I'd be careful with this one, man. I mean, like I said, I like Luna, but still, these odds are high, man. Rodriguez and Kevin, damn, 408 something. Yeah, but Kevin doesn't do nothing. I could see why he doesn't. He's low volume. When the guy is too aggressive, Kevin would slow down. you know. So a guy like Emmanuel is going to put a pace on him. So I could see why. Édgar Cháirez and Philip Burns. Cháirez 350, 345. Yeah, I like Cháirez, but be careful with Burns because he will look for submission on you. Striking wise, I think Édgar is a better striker. I think Édgar is more well rounded. David Martínez against Marlon Vera. Yeah, I like Martínez. Even at 300, I feel Martínez is a better fighter. Movement. It's the matchup. One guy stationary, one guy footwork. Very technical, very skilled all over. And devastating striking. Yeah. Brandon Moreno and Lunar. Brandon Moreno 200 and something against Lunar. Yeah, I mean, Brandon Moreno, dude, is like top of the food chain, bro. Lunar got finished by Johnson a couple of months ago. You know, Lunar show holes in his mental state that shows that when he's tired or gassed out, he would do things where he drop his hand and just like kind of like fade out and leave himself open. You know, it's just that mental thing. It's like it's a point of breaking. It's like, you know, when a guy could be wicked at the boxing, wicked striking, wicked ground game, good on submission, but get him gas. You know, if you want to say a black belt, and then he becomes a white belt because he's just tired. So Brandon Moreno is not going to get tired. This fight's in Mexico, bro. His hometown. The card is for him. This is him for him to shine. It's Lona to shine too. Because Lona does have the technique. He has unorthodox techniques. That he kind of like a roofie, or like I said, like a David Martínez. He let the kicks go to punches and he's quick. And Brandon can get caught. You just take one shot, man. So Lona has a puncher's chance, but I like Brandon. Daniel and Kevin, yeah, I like Daniel. I feel not Kevin, King Green or Bobby Green. I feel Bobby Green is on a decline, dude, and he's not improving. He's just getting worse as fights after fight. You know what I'm saying? I feel Daniel still got room to grow, learn from his last fight, and come back and get a win over there in Mexico as well, which he's also from Mexico. So this is a card to highlight him as well. Yeah, so that's it right there, guys. The odds are freaking nuts. Be very careful with this one, man. All right, guys. That's it right there. Any motivation speaking from him? Check out Wayne Gitchy also. I forgot to mention that. My other channel there. What I want to say. Always make love guide you guys, not hate. This is very important. No matter what skin color you are, what religion, what nationality, wherever you come from, pink, green, black, Chinese, whatever, African, Haitian, whatever you are, Jamaican, whatever you is, Spanish, whatever. We're all one, bro. And don't see skin color. Don't see where you're from. Treat everybody how you want to be treated. You understand what I'm saying? Which is with love and respect. That's it. That's all everybody want. You know what I mean? No ego, no racism, nothing like that. You know what I mean? And always remember that whatever you put out is what you get back. Always remember that. So the words you speak and how you treat people, right? It's just a reflection. And kind of like a boomerang, right? So it's like a image you're looking back at, but that image looks back at you. And then you take on that energy. So if you treat your fellow man disrespecting, racism, hate, what you think is going to happen to you? All that is going to boomerang effect, a boomerang effect, spiral back around, and boom, and knock you back. That's called the karma, if you want to say. You're just manifesting all that to yourself by how you're treating somebody else, by the way you're speaking, how you talk about them behind the back. You see? Always treat people the way how you want to be treated. Even when I'm breaking down these fights, a lot of these guys on this card, I'm careful what I speak and what I say. I say it in a specific way where I'm breaking it down in a way where I'm not going to throw the guy under the bus. I give every man in this card, a woman has a chance to win. Just put it that way. They all have abilities like a Marlon Vera. They all have a skill set and they all can deliver. I'm just breaking it down more in technicality from what I see. Just from the way how they fight in the prior fights or the previous fight, right? So I'm not on here like just throwing the guy in the bus. Oh, he sucks, he's garbage. Yeah, the guy like Jose Mardino. Yeah, back-to-back losses, but you can tell his skill set, his fundamental is not there. You see, I'm saying it's not there. Could it be there? Of course. Put the work in, he come back. Yeah, and you never know. But he hasn't shown that yet, though. He hasn't shown anything. He keeps showing the same thing, that is hittable and doesn't do much. So I'm speaking in a way of like, you know, what I see from their foundation, from their skills. But all these guys are, if they're here, there's a reason why they're here. And they go in there and put the work in, and you never know. It could be upsets. I could be wrong, you know. But at the same time, all these guys are, all respect to them, all love to all of them. At the end of the day, they're in there. They have family, kids, whatever. They're in there to get a paycheck as well, to pay the bills or whatever they need to do, take care of the family or whatever. So respect to all these guys, and I'm not here to disrespect anybody, dude, or throw these guys under the bus, because at the end of the day, they're putting their health on the line. They're putting their health on the line every time they step in that cage, bro. Anything could happen to them. Brain damage, bleeding on the brain. They get concussions, broken nose, broken arm. They break the shin, broken rib. You know what I'm saying? They get concussions, right? The consciousness could even transfer, body transfer, meaning like some people say death, but the transition. Anything could happen, bro. When you're going in there and swinging punches and kicks and elbows and knees trying to knock your opponent out or put devastating damage in them, bruh, they sign up for that. At the end of the day, I know what it is because I've done it. I've been there. I've seen it. I've trained. I've been doing this for over, I've been doing martial arts for over 40 odd years, man. But martial arts doesn't mean that you inflict damage on people, because I've learned that as moments go by. To me, martial art is a way of life. Martial arts is everything. Martial arts is respect, honor, and discipline, right? It's not about hurting people. It's more of a defensive kind of thing. But they build these sports up as a money-making thing. You get it? So it's more mainstream, right? But again, respect to the guys that are in there. Make it short and sweet. And that's all I really want to say, guys. Just make sure you're showing love on a consistent basis, man. No matter how you feel, man. You know, you may have hate for somebody, or man, all I hate that you're holding on to is only hurting you more. Short term and longer term is going to destroy you more. When you can let that go and come to terms with it, that's the best thing that you could ever do. Because now you're not holding on to no baggage anymore. You're not holding on to nothing anymore. You let it go, bro. Once you let that go, you can do whatever you want. And that's how you should be all the time, right? Don't hold on to nothing, because guess what? You can't take it with you, all right? You can't take it with you. You can't take it with you. You can't take none of the material things with you. You can't take it with you, right? But karma and certain things, it's a possibility that you could take that with you, though. It's a possibility. Not too sure about that, but you will see when you transfer, or when all of us transfer, because all of us are going to transfer, if you want to say that. So it's good to let things go. It's good to come to terms with certain things and make right now. Make it good right now. Make what you want happen right now. Don't wait, right? Be thankful, be grateful right now, right? One love, guys. Us.